Good morning students, welcome you all back to our social class, right? So I hope you all are safe at home and enjoying your quarantine time, right? Yes? Are you all are enjoying and same time show yourself how best you are. This is the time where you can show that you are the best, right? So even though we don't have a proper interaction, I feel that you all are studying at home, you are concentrating in your 10th portions, right? Yes or no, my dear students? Yes, definitely this is a hard time for us, but no other hope. We are supposed to prove ourselves we are the best, right? Okay. So come, let us get into the class today. So if you see, we are seeing the history topic, that is rise of nationalism in Europe, which we are going on, and in that we are going to see about the third module, 3.3 module. That is in 1848, the revolution of the liberals. So we have seen the previous topics, that is revolution of the peasants, we have seen revolution of the people who are starving, we have seen revolution of the people who have been doing works like workers, weavers, we saw, no? So those kind of revolution also we have seen. Now we are going to see about the revolution of the liberals. What is this revolution? From beginning I am saying you, revolution means which make a change in the life of a human being. Like we have, in olden days, if you ask your grandfather or grandmother, you will be knowing they will not have refrigerators, AC or washing machines and other things at home, right? So those things have developed. That is called as an industrial revolution that has brought. Okay? So modernization, improvement in their life, which makes the citizens live a satisfactory life, is known as the revolution. Okay, so the revolution which makes a change in the life of the human being. By the revolution started by peasants, revolution started by the workers, starvers have been there. And now we are going to see about the liberals. Liberals, liberty means freedom, right? So this freedom, the people who are being really in the need of freedom are called as liberals. So that includes the middle class. So middle class people who are being educated, were also in the area of liberals. Okay, so these people, how they are struggling, how they are bringing a revolution, that is what we are going to see. So we saw previously in the topic, that is under hunger, hardship, we saw the France king has left the area, because of which the National Assembly has gained its own importance in France. Do you all remember we saw this, right? So those areas, you can find when that was being done, you can find that the nation has a National Assembly of Republic which was being developed for the welfare of the people. And if you see, before getting into the France content, you can see in February in 1848, France was brought under the monarchy of republic based on universal suffrage. It has given universal suffrage to the common peoples, right? It has also proclaimed means given the others. The suffrage, universal suffrage was granted. But in other part of the European country, you can find that they do not get these kind of benefits. That is, Germany did not get these kind of benefits, Italy did not get these kind of benefits, Poland did not get these kind of benefits, Austria, Hungary also did not get these kind of benefits. When Austrian Empire, men and women of middle class have started combining themselves and demanding for their own constitution was being done, and to form a national unification was done in all these places, in all the areas, Germany, Italy, Poland, Austria, Hungary, all the areas they are demanding. But you can find that the demands which have been created for the formation of a nation state were being for a parliamentary principle only. So a constitutional freedom was being not there, and freedom of press and freedom of association was also their own demands. Okay, and this middle class section, they are educated, right? So they know the procedure of election, voting, all those things. So what happens is that in Germany, in the region of Germany, you can find that the political association, that is the members of the middle class, The middle class are professionals, okay, and businessmen, and the people who are in real artistic, professional artistics, okay. Those people have gathered together in a place called Frankfurt, okay. So they are deciding to vote for the all German National Assembly. So they are deciding that they are not going to vote for anyone else other than the all German National Assembly only will be voted. Okay. So this election was held in the year of May 1848. You can find the election was held, and in that 831 elected representative was selected, and that representatives they have been marching towards to have a process of voting ceremony will take place. So similar to that, for that they are walking through that area to the palaces in the Frankfurt, okay, along with the help of the church Saint Paul. Saint Paul is only giving them the oath ceremony, okay. So for that oath ceremony they are moving, and there they have given a deputy official. So deputy officer was crowned, that is the Frederick William IV, the king of Prussia, was being given the kingship over there. But what he does is that he rejects. He don't want the kingship, so he is rejecting that, and he is joining along with the political acts, that is the aristocrats and military people. So he is becoming a person of aristocrats and military related activity by ignoring the kingship role, okay. And what happens by that is that the parliament was dominated by the middle class, as I told you, right. So this middle class was being resisting for certain kind of demands of the workers, of the artists, of the peasants. Everything it has a combination of the demands, okay. So it lost their support. The parliament has lost its support when their demands are not filled, okay. At the end, you can find that the National Assembly of Germany was even disbanded. Disbanded means, banding means bringing them together, right. Disbanding means it was dismissed. So that is how the situation went on, and this issue has extended still more political rights for the women, and it gave a controversial aspect towards them, and the liberal movement started beginning over there. And within a small aspect, you can find that women had started participating in the activities in that year itself, and women had started developing their own political associations because they were being denied from all the other activities, right. So when men were being given voting right and other aspects. So what happens that women started separately their own political association. They started having their own demands, okay. And they started publishing all these things in the newspapers, magazines, okay. So these newspapers took a part in the political meeting and demonstration of the women's, okay. And despite of all these things, you can find that the women's role was higher in this. How is that? We'll see. So the women's have been still denied from the universal suffrage. That is, they were not being given the voting right. But in the Frankfurt Parliament, which was under the headship of Church Paul, which was being held, no, women were being just admitted over there. Admitted means they were asked to come as a spectator. Spectator means who will come sit and listen. Just that is their role. So women have been denied from voting right. Even though they have started separately political organization by them, you can find that they were being denied and they were being just called or admitted as an observer in the visitors gallery. Just they were being allowed to sit in the visitors gallery and view what is happening. So this controversy has still more forced the women to do other activities. Like they started increasing their own movements. Like liberal movements were being increased by them highly. Like in 1848, the women's restored their old order. Okay, and also you can find that in monarchical side, the monarchies were being restoring their own powers, right? So they got majority of support. Monarchies, military peoples have joined hands together, right? So monarchies were beginning to realize that the cycle of revolution and repression could only be ended by guaranteeing conscience to the liberal nationalist movement. So they felt they can be stronger only when they were being given the liberal nationalistic freedom. So if it is denied, their role will be missed. So that is what they felt. And hence, in 1848, you can find that the aristocrats as well as the monarchs in the central part as well as in the eastern part of Europe, they started restoring what was before in the year 1815. That is, they started abolishing the serfdoms, and bonded laborers was also abolished both places. Like even in Habsburg, which was being dominated by Russia, also you can find these bonded laborers and serfdoms were being stopped, and the Habsburg rule guaranteed or granted more authority to the Habsburgs in 1864. So it has, the Habsburg Empire itself has given a lot of importance for the common people, citizens only. So that is what is about the revolution of the liberals. They were starting their own revolutions with the help of the election. They were trying to come up, and you can also see the women's still they are suffering for the universal adult suffrage, that is the voting right. And this is being denied for the women's, and you can find still 1848 also the women's were being just called as a spectator or a person who will observe what is happening in the galleries. So that is what is the role of the women over here. And also you can see the monarchies, the kings could not change anything over there because the people started enlightening themselves. Yes. So what happens is that the peoples, when the king do something, they ask question. So it has led to so many problems over there, and the kings and monarchs started bringing the old order which was prevailing in the year of 1850, Napoleon's code, right? So Napoleon, how he was, Napoleon rule, that is he abolished the serfdoms and the bonded laborers. So this is what is about the content today, students. The remaining I will explain you in the next class. Thank you, students.